Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. MLB Divisional Round. We'll go over the two results from yesterday, look ahead to today's busy day. Soccer, college football, WNBA Finals, Game 3, golf, the NFL Wednesday bet, news and notes, and best bet. Okay, we'll start with the divisional round. We have two games to go over. And then we have 4 games to discuss. Mariners over the Tigers 8-4 to take a 2-1 series lead. So the Mariners are a win away from going to the ALCS for the first time since 2001. And the Yankees come back from 6-1 down in the third inning to beat the Blue Jays 9-4 to keep their season alive. Aaron Judge with that big home run off the pole. 3 o'clock on Fox Sports 1, Mariners Tigers Game 4. Seattle wins, they move on. Tigers win Game 5 with Skubal on Friday. So this is a big one. Detroit needs it. And arguably Seattle needs it too because of Skubal, and you don't think Skubal's going to have 2 home runs to Ori Polanco again. It's a pick 'em, -108 each way, over under 8.5. Overs -105, unders -115. Mariners -1.5 is +158. Tigers +1.5 is -192. I'm taking the the Tigers -108 with Casey Mize, with Skubal looming. 5 o'clock on TBS, Brewers Cubs from Wrigley Field. Jamison Tan and Quinn Priester. It is -108 each way, over under 6.5. Overs -118, unders -104. Brewers -1.5 +168. Cubs +1.5 -205. I think the Cubs play to live for another day. I'm going to take them at home at -108. All right, 7 o'clock. Fox Sports 1. Blue Jays, Yankees from the Bronx. Louis Varland as an opener against Cam Schlittler. Yanks -172. Blue Jays +144. Over under 8.5. Overs -105. Unders -115. Blue Jays +1.5 is -142. Yanks -1.5 is +118. So the Yankees are a bigger favorite tonight than they were last night. I love the over. Bullpen game for Toronto. Yankee offense is woken up. I like the over. And last but not least, 9 o'clock. TBS. Phillies Dodgers from Chavez Ravine. Aaron Nola. Yoshi Yamamoto. Dodgers -184, Phils +154, over under 7.5, overs -124, unders +102. Phils +1.5 is -137, Dodgers -1.5 +114. I want to pick the Dodgers so bad. I think that they've just been majestic this month and clutch. And the Phillies, I don't know if I trust them to go win at Dodger Stadium. I want to lay the run line with the Dodgers, but I also think there's a scenario where the Dodgers win by 1. But instead, I'm going to do an alternate over 8.5, +106. All right, now we'll go to NHL. Actually, I did skip NHL in the intro by accident. We have the opening night games to go over, and then we have tonight. Panthers over the Blackhawks 3-2. Pens beat the Rangers 3-0. Avs over the Kings 4-1. So, yeah. At least I got best bet right. 7 o'clock, you have the Habs at the Leafs. Trying to get the games up here. Leafs -170, Habs +140, over under 6.5, overs +116, unders -142. Habs +1.5 is -180, Leafs -1.5 +146. I like the over at +116. 7:30 TNT Bruins Capitals. Caps -194, Bruins +160, over under 5.5, overs -112, unders -110. Bruins +1.5 is -160, Caps -1.5 +130. I like the under, but I don't feel good about it. 10 o'clock Flames Oilers. Oilers minus 230, Flames plus 188, over under 5.5, overs minus 142, unders plus 116. Flames plus 1.5 is minus 134, Oilers minus 1.5 is plus 110. I'm going to lay the puck line with the Oilers, but I don't feel good about it. And then on TNT, Kings Golden Knights, so the Kings on national TV again. Vegas minus 200, Kings plus 164, over under 5.5, overs minus 128, unders plus 104. Kings plus 1.5 is minus 58, Vegas minus 1.5 plus 128. I like the adjusted under, or I'm sorry, it's not an adjusted, it's actually the under 5.5 at plus 104. Okay, now we'll move on to soccer. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today. Women's Champions League on Juventus over Benfica 2-1. Lyons over Arsenal 2-1. Barcelona over Bayern 7-1. Paris FC out Heverly 2-2 draw. USL Hartford over Oakland 3-1. All right, and then the African World Cup, Eswatini Angela 2-2 draw. Ethiopia over Guinea-Bissau 1-0. Libya Cape Verde 3-3 draw. Cameroon over Mauritius 2-0. Ghana over CAR 5-0. Mali over Chad 2-0. Madagascar over Comoros 2-1. Egypt over Djibouti 3-0. Burkina Faso over Sierra Leone 1-0. And in Asia World Cup qualifying, Oman, Qatar, 0-0 draw. Going on right now with Indonesia, Saudi Arabia. 2 games coming up right the second at 3 o'clock. In the Africa portion of the World Cup qualifying, Niger and Congo. Niger minus 140, Congo plus 410, draw plus 210. I'm going to go over 2.5 and plus 134. In Tanzania and Zambia. Tanzania plus 175, Zambia plus 165, draw plus 180. I like the draw plus 180. Going on right now, Gibraltar and New Caledonia, 6 o'clock Grenada and the British Virgin Islands. And then 8 o'clock is St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Cuba. MLS tonight at 10:30, LAFC Toronto. LAFC minus 240, Toronto plus 550, draw plus 360. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at plus 128. In Women's Champions League Finals, Real Madrid over Roma 6-2, FC 20 Chelsea 1-1 draw. 3 o'clock Man United and Valegna. Man United is a 10-1 favorite. Valeragna is 16-1, the draws plus 650. I'm going under 3.5 goals minus 118. St. Poltine and Atletico Madrid. Madrid's minus 800. Polton's 13-1, the draws plus 650. I like over 3.5 goals plus 112. And VfL Wolfsburg and PSG. Wolfsburg minus 140, PSG plus 270, draw plus 320. I like over 3.5 goals at minus 106. And then there's a lot of Asian Cup qualifiers, but those lines aren't posted yet. 4 a.m. is Brunei, Darussalam, and Yemen. 5 o'clock is Pakistan and Afghanistan. 5:30 is Timor Leste and Philippines. 6:15 Sri Lanka and Turkmenistan. 7:30 is India, Singapore. 8 o'clock is Laos and Malaysia. 8:30 is Thailand, Chinese Taipei. Vietnam, Nepal. 9 o'clock Tajikistan and Maldives. 10 o'clock is Bangladesh and Hong Kong. Noon's Lebanon and Bhutan. And 12:15 is Syria and Myanmar. And then UEFA, 12 o'clock, Finland and Lithuania. Finland's minus 20, Lithuania's plus 650, draws plus 310. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at plus 106. And then African, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning is Burundi and Kenya. Burundi plus 155, Kenya plus 180, draw plus 190. I'm going to go with Burundi plus 155. At noon, Botswana and Uganda. Uganda plus 120, Botswana plus 230, draw plus 195. I'm going to Uganda plus 120. Liberia and Namibia. Each side's plus 170, draw plus 190. I'm going with the draw plus 190. Malawi and Equatorial Guinea. Malawi's plus 155, Guinea plus 180, draw plus 190. I'm going with Malawi plus 155. Mozambique and Guinea. Mozambique plus 160, Guinea plus 170, draw plus 190. I'm going with Mozambique plus 160. And Somalia, Nigeria. Algeria's minus 4,000. Somalia 65 to 1. The draw's 14 to 1. I'm going to go under 3.5 goals at plus 132. Okay, now we'll move on to college football. We have a couple games tonight, both in Conference USA. First up, at 7:30 on ESPN2, Missouri State and Middle Tennessee. Mine's middle by 2.5, total 50 3/10. And it is Missouri State 2.5, total 49.5. I'm going to take the home dog plus 2.5 and plus 106 outright. And then 8 o'clock on CBS Sports Network's Liberty UTEP. I have Liberty by a half, total 43 and forfeits. And it's Liberty 1 half, total 46.5. I'm taking the under in that one. Liberty's underwhelmed, as we know. And I think it's a low-scoring game. Alrighty. WNBA Finals. Game 3. Mercury hosting the Aces. Should be a good one. 8 o'clock on ESPN. Ryan Rucco, Rebecca Lobo on the call. We'll take the Mercury favored. Yeah, 4.5 point favorite. Total's 163.5. I like the over. Mercury should win. Alyssa Thomas and Seto Sabali, if backs against the wall, they should come through. But I'm going to go over 163.5 as the pick. I think there's a chance of the Mercury win, but don't cover. I think that line's high. But we're going to say the Mercury win. And it's a guaranteed 5-game series. So I'm going over 163.5 at minus 108, though, as the pick. Okay, now we'll do golf. The tournament coming up is the Bay Current Classic from Yokohama Country Club. It's going to be AM tomorrow when they tee off, but it's going to be 5:35 Eastern time here. And opening tip-off, Paul Fishburne, Max Grieserman, Matthias Schmid, Bayo Hostler. I'm just going to do notables because of time. 5:56, Joel Dahman, Eric Cole, Nicholas Hojard, Bayo Qualley. 6:07, S.W. Kim, Max Homa, Gary Woodland, Brett Horschel. 6:18, Xander Schauffele, Kurt Katayama, Taylor Moore, Wyndham Clark, Alex Dorado, Emiliano Grillo. 6:29, Sanjay M. Keith Mitchell, Michael Kim. 6:40, Grayson Higo, Kevin Yu, Michael Thujorson, Rio Hisatune. 651, Mark Hubbard, Danny Walker, Scott Stevens, Patrick Rogers. 702, Alex Molly, Sammy Valimaki, Vincent Whaley, Davis Lipsky. 713, Kevin Roy, Mac Meisner. 724, Nicholas Echeverria, Sahith Thiglia, Lucas Hodges. 735, Colin Morikawa, Chris Goddard, Hideki Matsuyama, Tom Kim. 746, Austin Eckler, Christian Ziedenhout, Matt Wallace, Camila Vegas, Adam Putnam. 757, Sam Ryder, Max McGreevy. So a smaller cast of characters in this one. You know Xander's probably going to be the favorite here. And he's a 10-1 favorite. I'm going to go with the Hideki Matsuyama at 18-1. I think that's a good pick, good value. I think that he should be closer to 12-1, Xander. So I'm going to go with 18-1 for Hideki Matsuyama to win the Bay Current Classic. Survivor's on tonight, but I already did my predictions on Monday's show for this episode. All right. Next up is the NFL Wednesday bet. I gave out the Steelers minus 5.5 yesterday for Tuesday bet, and now it's time for the Wednesday bet. I did say yesterday that I liked a lot of lines. And obviously they can change injuries and whatnot. So the next one I'm going to touch. I love the Jaguars minus 1.5 at home against the Seahawks. This team's playing very well. Seattle has some injuries on defense. That's concerning. And I don't see this as a letdown for Jacksonville after beating Kansas City. They're for real. So I'm going to do the Jaguars minus 1.5 at home against the Seahawks as my Wednesday NFL bet. Okay, now move on to the news and notes for today. So Dan Campbell denies bogus report as he says team never asked the league to monitor low blocks on Aiden Hutchinson. The Colts assigned Jermaine Pratt, the former Bengals linebacker. He's going to reunite with Lou Anarumo. The Cardinals fined head coach Jonathan Gannon $100,000 for sideline altercation with Amari DeMarcado against the Titans. Wow. Teams are eyeing Jared Allen as the Cavaliers' start to the season will be monitored in case he's available for trade. Kevin Durant entertains a Russ reunion as he said it would be dope if the Rockets added Russell Westbrook. The Thunder are not eyeing Giannis as they have no interest in pursuing Giannis. That probably would have been a different answer had they not won the title last year. Austin Reeves is impressed with Bronny as he says he has been one of the better players in preseason. Yeah, let's see it on the court. Nikola Vucevic market to pick up as the trade interest is to rise during the season. The Heat had eyes on Giannis as the team was prepared to offer a BAM-less trade package for Giannis if he requested a trade. Well, they probably wouldn't have got him because they don't have the assets to get him. And their only real asset is Bam. Oh, and Harrow too, but Harrow's not a game changer. WNBA Finals Game 1 made history. Most watched first game of the finals in 28 years. The all defensive team in the W came out. Asia Nafisa headlined the first team. Adam Silver backs Kathy Engelbert as he praises the WNBA's growth under Kathy's leadership amid criticism. He's right. That league is on a really a good pace, but there's just drama right now with some of these girls. LeBron James is proud of Luka Doncic as he credits Luka for weight loss. Clam Schlittler had a badass text before that Game 3. He told his family he'd kick Red Sox ass before the wildcard Game 3 amid social media hostility. Aaron Boone says Judge is the real deal as he praises Judge after the Game 3 performance. I mean, he's always been the real deal. Just reminding you, he's the real deal. Nelson Cruz wants Austin Wells for the WBC. That's interesting. JP Crawford says, we create chaos. He says their Game 3 win was prime example of their brand of baseball. Joe Flacco is going to start on Sunday against the Packers. That's crazy. So Joe Flacco is playing against the Packers again. Except in Green Bay. Jerry Jones got fined $250,000 for flipping off a Jets fan during their Week 5 win. Of course he did, and he deserves to be fined. Kevin Stefanski says the Shader Sanders not official on QB2 yet. That's crazy. Do they not like Shador? Well, they drafted him in the 5th round for a reason. This is a soap opera. Dion says that he doesn't care about the Browns as he shows love to Shador after being asked about the Joe Flacco trade. And the Titans agree with the Cam Ward comment. Cam said we asked. He said that was well received by team after a shutout loss. Kyler Murray is not practicing today as he's taking it day by day. I think they're just making up excuses for losing to the Titans. Oh, Kyler's hurt, please. You fucking blew that game. Maybe I'm petty because I lost to them. I lost in Survivor because of them. I mean, Jonathan Gannon should be fired for that loss. Kyle Connor got an extension, 8 years, $96 million. Good for him. He deserves it. Jack Eichel in the Vegas Golden Knights are talking about an 8-year extension. Connor McDavid could have had $20 million a year as they spend months calculating below market value to help the team strengthen their roster, which is very unselfish of them. So that's pretty cool. Woj starting show to raise NIL as he's getting creative to raise funds for Bonnie's Hoops. So big loss for the Jags. Brenton Strange out 4 games due to a hip injury. He's on IR. New college football transfer portal dates as they announce 15-day window in January. Expectation or exception for players who have coaching change remained in discussion. I think all the transfer stuff should be in January. Because it affects team seasons that are playing in bowls and whatnot. So the NCAA adopts betting proposal as rule change allows student athletes to bet on pro sports to be voted on. Wow. Just don't bet on the sport you play in. That's my opinion. UNC cornerback coach Armand Hawkins suspended for allegedly violating NCAA rule and after providing a player's family with sideline passes. That school's a fucking disaster. Stanford football gets a $50 million gift as former player sets program record with contribution. LeBron's out for the preseason with nerve irritation and glut. Joel Embiid progressing in knee rehab with 5-on-5 drills. Some injuries. Darius Slayton out, are likely after Thursday Night Football for a hamstring injury. Nakobe Dean to make his season debut against the Giants. Jackson Dart will play despite the hamstring issue. Odell Beckham Jr. accepts a PED suspension as a 6-game ban will appear on NFL Transaction Wire today. That just tells me that he signed with somebody. And he's about to sign with someone. And that's why he hasn't. Brian Daboll says that A.J. Brown's open a lot. He understands why A.J. might be frustrated. Jerry Jones sorry for viral video. That's when he flipped off the Jets fan. He says he didn't mean it. Yeah, you fucking meant it. You're old and of course you meant it. You're still a cocky owner that believes your team can win every year, which I'm still skeptical about the Cowboys this year, but they're better offensively than I thought they'd be. I still need to see their defense. We got somebody good. Which, yeah, their defense sucks. They should have kept Micah Parsons, or else maybe you would be a real Super Bowl contender. If not that, a division title winner, at least. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. This is a hard one. I didn't like any of the college football stuff. I really didn't love any of the hockey either. But I'm going to go with baseball, and I'm going to go with the over 8.5 in the Blue Jays-Yankees game. It's a bullpen game. And I think that the Yankee offense has found itself, and I still think Toronto's going to put up some runs. I don't think Schittler's going to be as good either, so I like the over. And in terms of winners, like I said, I'm gonna say all the home teams win today. That would be my guess. All right, so there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything, looking at everything tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.